This is the Three Man Podcast, a football podcast where we discuss football, and more football. We got three of the very best bringing it to you. Got my man Wegs, man Zell, and your boy Cass on the action. Y'all tune in, grab your popcorn, because here comes the three-man front. Make sure your offensive lineman is ready. What's being brought to you.
All right, welcome to the Three Man Front Podcast. My name is Jim Weglars, aka Wegs. You can follow me at Wegspool on X, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you'd like. How about you, Casanova, the Cast Man? You got a lot of nicknames now.
I know, right? Well, you can follow me at Casanova Vibes on YouTube, Kenny Casanova on Facebook. Y'all get strapped up and prepared, man. This is gonna be a great show.
Great. Zell, what about you? We're gonna follow you.
Family, follow me at Instagram on Windy City Kid and on Facebook at Denzel Smith.
And follow us on Casanova Vibes on YouTube Live, as well as X, for Kenny's new X account, my Facebook account and his. So watch us live, comment, get in there. We got lots to talk about. Plenty of news again. I can't even keep up. Every time I look at X, there's more. So I'll let Zell, you pick this start. Did you pick last time? Well, Kenny, you pick. Which you want, the good, the bad? There's not enough good this week, but good, the bad, or the meh this week.
Let's just get the good out the way because it's gonna be bad. So get the good out the way.
The good news is we got Seattle cornerback Devin Witherspoon, 4 years, $132 million, $101 million guaranteed, highest paid cornerback in NFL history. Zell is repping his Seattle team. I know you're excited about this. You know he deserves it, but what do you think about this deal?
Lock him up. Lock him up. Got to. This is Mr. Witherspoon, Illinois' finest cornerback. And I'm happy that he got paid. And this contract proves that if you do the hard work, it pays off. And what else Seattle was going to do, you know? This is the best cornerback you got in the game right now, and he's on the run. So why not? Why not give him the money he deserves? And I think this is the right direction going into the 2026 NFL season. So I agree with them.
And we know that it sets your man up, Kenny. We were talking about that pre-pod. So do you think it just sets him? You think it's going to be like the Jahmyr Gibbs Bijan situation where he's going to get 132.1 and 101.5 or something?
Still is a little stingy. We're not doing that. We're a little stingy. Listen, the equivalent to it, I think is going to be somewhere in the 120, 90 million guarantee range. The Steelers are trying to aim at. I think they can be somewhere in the middle though now, man. 95 to me is guaranteed, is about right where I think Joey should be at. Yeah, but they done made it tougher. I said you sign them early in the off season so that you don't got to worry about the other guys getting paid. Because when the other guys get paid, that's what messes up the whole thing. Because now you got to match the market. That's what the market is now. So we don't put ourselves in a tight spot. But Witherspoon deserves it. He balled out in that Super Bowl, man. I loved what I've been seeing from him, the growth, year by year. So shout out to them.
That's right. Makes that defense more versatile.
Yes.
But then you did have a guy, Pittsburgh defensive tackle, Keanu Benton, 4 years, $72 million. He becomes the highest paid defensive tackle in Pittsburgh history. So talk to me about that, Kenny.
Okay. All right. This 2023 class has been the ones getting paid all offseason. If you look at all our transactions, it's been with this same class, which is great because I looked on the list of all the classes that we got. I mean, all the players from this class, and they're all contributing. Every last one of them is either starting or they got paid. They got their second contracts, and one on their way to getting a second contract. So I definitely think that we did a good job. We did a good job with getting him locked up and everything. Hey, shout out to the Steelers, man.
Yeah, good money. Denzel, you think there's anybody else that's going to be besides Joey Porter Jr.? You think somebody else is going to get a big deal? It seems like they're starting to trickle, like getting down to a little bit less. First couple of weeks, it was like 4 or 5 deals going. Now it's going down. Do you think this is kind of the end of the run, or you think you'll get another one come next year?
I think there's going to be another big one. Can't say what position it's going to be, but the money is going dry because the NFL season does start in September. And we don't have that much time left. So whatever these franchises going to do, they got to do them now, because if you don't, then these players are going to use the regular season as their bait to get more money. So it is what it is at this point.
Yeah, we know. I mean, we know Baker wants a deal, or Vita Vea, of course, maybe wants a trade. There's a little bit of discussion. I won't really talk about him directly, but McCaffrey, Shanahan said he's not holding out, but he's already 30, 31. So we'll see. All right. So, Zell, you want the bad news or the meh news?
We can do the meh news.
All right. We'll go right back to you. We talked about a little bit last week. Terrion Arnold is set to sign with Seattle, although I don't know if he's actually done it. Either way, he's going to be on the commissioner's exempt list right away. So talk to me about this. I mean, they also, it's not on the list, but Trayvon Diggs is brought in to potentially get signed there too. So what do you think about this? You just think they're just trying to get a cheap price on this guy and he'll be contributing in the future? He could be suspended all year, could go to jail. I mean, a lot of things can
happen. They're trying to get him cheap, from what I understand, and they're trying to get their secondary in the backfield, because we lost a whole bunch of cornerbacks this offseason.
Sure.
And it's not because we didn't want to re-sign them. We was looking elsewhere, So with Terrion Arnold signing, they saw how Detroit was using them. And Detroit didn't use them in the way that we're going to use them. So Detroit had him all the way around, covering safeties and all that. He's not like that. He's like a more one-on-one type guy. And if I get help in the backfield, come help me. So that's what we signed him for. Now, the exempt list is pending because of his case. And his case is a tough one. So if he is going to get that slap on the wrist, then I think they're going to go with the Diggs signing, even though he hasn't been as productive as he has been. Right. But we tend to known to bring back that style of play for players who lost their, So if he does get slap on the wrist, then they're going to go with Diggs.
All right. Kenny, you seem a little animated about this. You got something to say?
The commissioner's exempt list, I hate it, always have. Just suspend me, man. Yeah. Just suspend me for the whole year if you're going to do it. And his cases, like Zell said, it's tricky because allegedly the things that he have done, let's put alleged things that he has done, I mean, it's jail time. It's not good. It's not good at all. It's just not good. But I do think he's probably going to at least half the year. I can see half the year suspension like that for Terrion Arnold. But I like the pickup because of the player. Like outside of all that other stuff, I like the player for sure. Yeah, but I do understand why Detroit got rid of him. It's too much. It is. In this case, it's probably going to drag on for a while. This don't seem like a simple case.
No.
Because a lot of these players, they get into these situations. It's a simple case. Boom, boom. Get it off. You get it suspended. Right. Boom. We good. Right. This a little bit deeper than just a regular thing. So we're going to see how it plays out.
All right. I'm going to list out four players now. These are all veterans that got signed for different teams. We got Von Miller signed with Dallas. 5.5 up to $7.5 million for the year with incentives. Keenan Allen signed with the Colts. Darren Waller with Carolina, the tight end. Najee Harris is signed with the Giants. Which of these four raises the big eyebrow? Which one's you're most excited about it, Kenny?
So the biggest eyebrow is definitely the Keenan Allen signing, for sure. Pierce is not ready. Like they're screaming at us, like it's a Lawrence Blake. Pierce is nowhere near. I don't even know if he's near ready.
Right.
Like, sometimes you bring in a guy to camp and all that kind of stuff. This don't seem like a camp signing. This seems like we're going to need you in the regular season, and we don't want you to get hurt during camp. Because they could have been brought in Keenan Allen. He's been chilling this whole time. Yeah. So, to me, that lets me know we were trying to see where he was at, and he's nowhere near ready. Come on, break out the just-in-case suit and get in there, because Pierce, to me, I think that ankle was a little bit more damaged than they thought. And they probably wish they had Pittman, but he gone. He with us now.
He's weird. But
I like the Najee Harris signing.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because it's bringing a physicality to a team that wants to be physical. We know John Harbaugh. We know his pedigree. He wants to be physical, run the football. Najee Harris brings that. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Najee's healthy and everything like that. So just want to see him do good, man.
All right. Zell, what about you? Which of these four are you excited about or surprised by, I guess you could say?
I'm excited about the Keenan Allen, like what Kenny said, because even though last week I did pick them to be number one in the AFC South, I'm kind of liking this because Pierce's injury is still lingering. Right. So that's another target for Indiana Jones to throw to, So
Indiana Jones.
So I'm pretty excited about this. I want to see the 1-2 catch. And I think Keenan Allen will be a nice wide receiver pickup for them. And the second one, I didn't even know Darren Waller was still playing, but
he keeps retiring, coming back.
I thought he was making music. He was making music. Last time I heard.
Was he?
Yeah.
The Najee Harris signing is good because Cam Scatterboo is still out from his injury, so he's still lingering a little bit. They're trying to find what they're trying to do with him, and Najee Harris brings in a good backup running back, and hopefully he can stay healthy. Von Miller, I know he's regretting what he did last season because he signed with the Commanders. Now he's on a definite contender in the Dallas Cowboys, but we know it's the Cowboys. So
Kenny almost had a heart attack when he said that. Are you sure?
We know it's the Cowboys, man. We know it's the Cowboys.
Kind of strong.
The Cowboys
a playoff team.
I will give them that. They had a great offseason. So
they did.
But it's the Cowboys.
I know.
That's the only thing. If it wasn't,
I know. But I mean, they didn't overpay. Like Von Miller, obviously, is
the minimum. The minimum.
Yeah, they got
the minimum. He doesn't have to do much on this team. They got a bunch of guys they can throw him in and situational pass rush. And
like
that. We haven't seen sign. I don't think so far as Joey Bosa. I'm a little surprised he hasn't landed somewhere.
He hasn't, huh?
I think he's taking a year off.
He's taking the NFL is taking.
Or he's contemplating retirement. Yeah, that's what his brother said, but he's enjoying his offseason.
Okay.
His brother says he's enjoying the offseason. All he's doing is golfing, so he's enjoying himself.
He don't want to play no more. When they start golfing, they don't want to play no more.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about one more thing, because I saw this today that Goodell essentially said there's no doubt an NFL team will be outside the United States permanently. Does this, Kenny, does this surprise you? Or is this, first of all, the first team that's going?
How do you know who's going? It's just, we already know who it is. Just announce it already. They got him over there for like 2 weeks in a row. Do you know? They got him over there. I'm like, yo,
2 games there a year.
Just stay, yo. I mean, I don't necessarily like it because of the time thing.
Yeah.
I think the time thing is what I don't like. Because what you're telling me is the team's going to have to be ready to deal with that. Get over there early because they're going to have to go early.
Yeah.
It's going to throw off some. You're never going to be able to do a Thursday night game over there. So kill that. They'll never be able to do a Thursday night game over there.
It'll be a Wednesday night.
Yeah, it'll have to be something like, that's what I'm saying. I just don't like it. I don't necessarily like it. I get we trying to get global, but we don't have to send our teams over there. Create another league, man. Something.
Yeah.
I don't.
Do you wake up for those games? Do you wake up early and watch those games when they play over there?
I be working when those games on, so
Yeah.
like those early Sunday games be like at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock on the NFL Network. I'll be like, oh my god, what are we doing here? Like you're in London, then Germany, then Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
make
go
up
this
your
year.
mind.
Yeah.
I get what he's trying to do. He's trying to get the NFL to be internationally known. You are internationally known. You had a league over there past that y'all did, and it failed miserably. So you're trying to bring it back, but hey, y'all might as well keep the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's what they putting over there. It's gonna be the London Jaguars.
Every year they're over there, like literally
but multiple
over there.
weeks. I'm like, man, I know they're like, look at this.
My thing, if you're gonna do it, I really think you're gonna have to do 4 teams, make a whole division over there. Because then they can just at least have games amongst themselves, and then they got to take time to do their little trips. But the problem is that maybe there's some Americans watching football over there. And, Europeans watching American football. They love their soccer.
Thank you.
And it's Sunday morning too, so it's the Premier League. But if he gets it in Mexico or Brazil, I guess maybe there'd be a little more interest. But I don't know.
Even those countries love their soccer way too much. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the surprise of it, like them just popping up over there, is just better because it's like, oh, this is a one-time event. Let's go see it. Right. If it's always there, they're gonna be like, all right, now we tired of seeing the Jags. Okay,
right.
I'm tired of Trevor Lawrence and his hair. Like I'm tired of it. I'm telling you.
When are they gonna put in the pool at Wembley Stadium? Because that's gonna be in the Jags. Don't they have a pool in the one side of the?
That's what I'm saying. They got a whole.
They're not even playing there this year.
You said
they're not even playing there this year. They're in Orlando.
That's why they field look crazy.
Yeah.
I know I was watching. I'm like, why they field look so crazy?
Yeah.
Oh man.
They're playing in Orlando this year.
So they are moving them. They're getting.
Are they moving to Orlando? Or are they going to build a new stadium?
No, I think what they're doing is they're doing some upgrades to the stadium. Mm-hmm. So they're playing in Orlando. I think they're playing half in Jacksonville and the rest of the half in Orlando. But yeah.
Now the Jags. Well, let's talk about the bad news now, guys. This is never good, but there's 2 different categories this week: injuries and suspensions.
Jeez.
So for the injuries, we already mentioned Jamal Adams. I think it was it last week, or we talked about it on our chat.
Yeah, we did.
He gets signed and then immediately tears his quad and is out for the season. It sucks, man. And it's just tough for him. I thought this was kind of a big injury. The Arizona offensive guard, that second-round pick, Chase Besantis, who was supposed to be a big part of the running game, he tore his MCL. He's out for the season. So that sucks for that, and also sucks for Jeremiah Love. We'll talk about him in a minute. My guy.
Dude, I just put my hand on my head. I read it.
2 months for the hamstring. How bad can the hamstring be?
Oh, it gotta be partially torn.
It has
That's
to.
what I can think of, because I know the hamstring injury. It's nagging, but it ain't a 2 month. I mean, it can be depending on what kind of grade it is.
Sure.
But it's partially torn when it's like that. That's partially torn. They said, wow. I mean, he was having an amazing camp.
Yeah.
Like they said he was going crazy. I really did have high hopes for the Saints this year. Even though the Bucs is going to win that division. Like I said, I told y'all, it's just lining up. It's just lining up for what I said. They're going to win it by the first
place.
Man.
Zell, I'll ask you about Jeremiah Love, who also hit the injury report. High ankle sprain. He's more week to week. Besantis out. What do you think about him this year as a player?
Oh, man. Jeremiah Love. See, look, it's this thing going on with Notre Dame running backs, because Price was out for a little while too, but he came back. So I don't know. Like, this is Arizona's gonna have a tough regular season.
Yeah.
But hey, if they stay at the bottom, I'm happy because I don't care. But Arizona lost their offensive guard and they lost their running back. So it's a terrible thing. And I don't know what they're doing in training camps now. Because it's supposed to be no contact. So what are they doing? Like, what are they doing?
I mean, he's running around. I don't know if this was during the game or not, but But Breece Hall, he got hurt in practice. Breece Hall, Jets, running back, hurt in practice, 2 to 3 weeks. Aaron Glenn's like, oh, it's not a big deal. It's like he could miss week 1. I mean, what is the deal? Kenny, I mean, is it, first of all, Breece is, pretty much their offense at this point.
Yeah.
What do you think about Aaron Glenn's reaction to this thing?
I'm ready for him to be fired already. Like, I think he should be fired before the season starts.
Yes.
Maybe you have a better chance. What are you talking about? Not a big. This is a growing injury. Number one, 2 to 3 weeks is not going to heal. It's not going to be healed in that time. Right. That may be the timeline to come back, but you better hope it's manageable because I've had this injury. It's very nagging, annoying. You can't do anything. You shut down. You feel like you have a dead weight leg, like your whole leg is dead. That's not an easy injury just to come back from. And he's a running back who's using explosion. It's not a big deal. Shut up, man. Oh my gosh. Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm gonna let it go because I just
you want me to snap on him?
Okay, no, but get him a little something. Aaron Glenn
don't get me started on Aaron Glenn. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to hear from the clown man that did the dance and still lost the game at the end of the game. Yeah. So I don't want to hear about him. I don't want to hear about Aaron Glenn.
All of that.
I had high hope, confidence with him last year with the Jets, and then you go and you let your owner talk about your quarterback. No. That's your whole offense, like Wes said. That's your whole offense.
I mean, they got a good receiver, of course, but he just makes that team go. More minor, but local Kalmanung guy also. He has a knee injury, hyperextension. He's out multiple weeks, and he was really good as a rookie last year. I mean, Swift hopefully stays healthy. He usually gets hurt too, but no surgeries required. At least we know that the Bears medical staff is screwed up before. But hopefully Mononga can get back out there to, maybe second or third game of the year. Kenny?
I got something to say about this.
Mm-hmm.
Grady Jarrett, get off the field. Go home. Don't come back to Chicago because they're looking for you.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I heard this was all his fault. From everything I've heard, Grady, because it's a non-contact, like Zell said. Why are you going at players' legs?
Yeah,
stay away from there. Talking about they got tangled up. Everybody that was there was like, no, Grady Jarrett stupidly went at not accidentally, but went at this dude's legs, trying to, get himself riled up, get himself revved up.
Yeah.
And now you done hurt the man now. They looking for you.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, and this kid last year was so big for them.
Oh, he was huge second half.
This helped Caleb, ease the game along for Caleb too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for real, man. And then this happened. I hate this year already. I'm not gonna lie. As far as the injury side of it,
yeah, too many.
Who's gonna be playing at this point? They might as well throw me out there. A couple of carries.
They got some tryouts in Orlando.
Yeah, I'm about to go ahead and try out. Y'all see the comment section?
Yeah, there he goes. Ready to hear about that.
Ready to hear the lies. He's a Charger fan, as we know. So
of course he is.
Let's keep
Let me get through the suspensions first, and we'll get to the AFC West. We mentioned it. James Pierce, 8 games, defensive end for Atlanta. We knew it was coming. Didn't know it was going to be 8 games for the domestic violence, personal conduct policy. They did immediately sign Zadarius Smith, which he's not James Pierce, but he's had a good time in the league. So, Zell, what's your response to this suspension and the signing of Smith?
He just laughed.
Zadarius not the same no more. So I don't. The well is running dry. So you got to do what you got to do. We knew James Pierce was going to get his suspension for what he did, and he did something very big. And the league does not play that, and he got what he deserved. Now, will he, in due time, do well over this? Yes, he will, because you will be seeing your team without you for like 8 games. But the way they looking right now, they need some help.
They do.
They need some help. But
Jalen Walker out. Yeah, exactly.
Ooh. And like Zell said, man, plus them lose, and like you just said, the Walker, it makes it even worse. Like that is even worse now than it was before, because I knew they was gonna lay that. We talked about this. I said they're gonna drop the hammer on him because what he did. Oh yeah, you got to. He lucky he's not in jail. To be honest with you, allegedly what he did. Okay, I don't know how true it is or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, this is a big deal. And then the Zadarius Smith, and you had to do something. Like I'm like Atlanta was like, hey, get the next. We don't know, just get somebody.
They couldn't get Bosa off the golf course.
Yeah, that's what they called Bosa at first.
Joey, come on.
He's like, just hold on. He said, hold on, I'm driving. You get my driver out. Give me a second. Then they just hung up and called Zadarius. Like, come on.
A couple other suspensions. Tennessee defensive back Nazir Johnson, 6 games for PEDs. And then Buffalo defensive tackle Federian Mathis, 3 games for substance abuse. So that wasn't PEDs. So look, the league doesn't play. We talked about that already. I think there's probably some more working their way through. You know, we know that there's going to be more. So, hey, Goodell keeps that league clean, you know?
Can I say something about the Nazir Johnson situation? Because I was reading about it. He got flagged for taking a fertility drug because him and his wife lost their kid like I think a couple of months ago. And I was reading about it, but they gave him a drug so that I'm guessing you can,
stimulate
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why he got flagged for that. But that it's tricky.
It's tricky.
It's tricky though.
It's tricky.
I thought that happened to a guy, maybe a Colts line pass rusher Mathis, maybe. I think he got flagged for the same thing a while back.
Yeah.
It's really tough. That list of banned substances is long, and you got to read the fine print. I feel bad for the guy, especially
Yeah, especially with that going on. Yeah.
Well, it's checks too. That's 6 checks.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not. Yeah, you don't get paid for that. Wow, man. And if I don't play, man, Goodell does not play. I told everybody, I said, listen, you got to make sure you're the most upstanding citizen ever. Ever. For real. Russell Wilson. Yeah, you gotta be Russ.
Yeah.
You gotta be Russ, man. For real. Ooh.
All right. Well, let's talk about the previews now. We've got we got a Chargers fan. You're gonna have to wait a little bit. We're gonna go Broncos first, even though because they won the division, but they are the third favorite in this division. I'm not sure how that works, but
the Broncos is.
What's that?
Did you say the Broncos is the third favorite?
Yes. To win this division,
they don't. No, never mind. I ain't gonna say that. Go ahead.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, Kenny. But we'll talk about it. So you've got Denver. They're returning Sean Payton. They elevated Davis Webb out, to the OC. Vance Joseph has returned. So it's mostly the same staff because Webb was on the squad. He just got elevated. They didn't have that many losses. Greenlaw to San Francisco. Jonathan Franklin Myers to Tennessee. The big pickup was Jalen Waddle in the offseason with the trade. So their draft wasn't as deep. They had to give up some picks. But they did get a defensive end and guard and running back Jonah Coleman, who's, I guess, doing pretty well in camp. They have the 15th, which is actually the easiest schedule in this division. They do play their start is tough. Monday Night Football against Kansas City week 1, week 2 against the Jags, week 3 against the Rams. These are all, those are mostly home games. Those are mostly home games. KC's on the road. Then they play at San Francisco, at the Chargers week 5, Thursday Night Football against Seattle, Kansas City week 8 against the Chiefs at home. Then they basically don't play anybody till the end. It's like they got like a nice break after week 8, but they will play on Christmas Day against Buffalo and then finish Buffalo, New England, and the Chargers. So let's start, Zell. What do you think about the Broncos? First of all, the schedule that starts off is tough and why they're getting disrespected right now in the odds market.
I don't know why they're third because this was a team that literally shocked everybody last year. And Sean Payton has upgraded his team from that poor performance last year to a contender. Like, you don't get that often. You don't get a Jaden Waddle out of nowhere.
No way.
You don't get him out of nowhere. And then they really got wide receivers now. Like we can really say they really got wide receivers. Because if I'm looking at this roster right now, and it's pretty good on offense and defense.
Defense didn't barely change. Yeah,
because they with the Coleman rookie signing, he's a good running back from what I'm hearing from in camp. They got Dobbins at 1. They got RJ Harvey with the backup, and then you got Cortland Sutton. You still got Cortland Sutton. You got Jalen, and then you got Mims and Lil Jordan Humphrey, but you still got Evan Ingram. But it's a decent offense that can get it going. I don't know why they're third. Like probably because of the schedule of who they play. They play the Kansas City Chiefs. So then after that, they play Jacksonville. Oh, I see why they third.
Yeah, the first 7-8 games is a gauntlet, but after that, that's tough.
Yeah, that is tough.
They also don't play. They get done with the Chiefs by week 8, so there's no end of the season. They play the Chargers, but they're kind of through the division pretty fast, which is
them first row of games is going to be tough for them. But the second half is not going to be tough. But hey, I think they'll not be third. I don't think they'll be third. I think they'll be like, I can't kill them first. I'll lay off of that for right now. I'll lay off and see where everybody else has off. Okay. But they can't be third.
All right, Kenny, what's the take?
I hate odds. I hate the odds. I hate it. Let me tell people something about the Broncos. This is a team that was a Bo Nix ankle away from going to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
And that probably would have been a better Super Bowl than we got. Because that defense there that the Broncos got, they real. They real on that side of the ball. And then you let Bo Nix, who was fourth quarter magic last year, let him actually develop, and then you gave him another receiver on top of that. They're third. Who do y'all think these other teams are?
Right.
That's what I want to know. I can't wait to hear who they got the favorite, because that to me that's ridiculous that they have them at 3. 3? Come on, y'all. I mean, I get the schedule stuff, but so are the Broncos. They're tough. So what are we saying? The Broncos tough too. You act like they're not pond scum. You know what I'm saying? I think what's going to happen, I think they're at least going to go 5-3 to start out the first 8. I'll predict it right here on the show.
Yeah.
Y'all can hold me to it. They're going to go 5-3 out of the first 8 games. And then they're going to go on a run.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see a run proceed. And what's going to happen is they're going to win the division within that run. And then the division may come down to that last game against the Chargers. It may. But the Chargers is dying. Their offensive line is dying already. Okay? We didn't mention it, but their offensive line is dying already. They ready to go already. So you got to hope that they have enough horses in the stable. We will speak on them in a minute. But as far as the Broncos, I think they'll defend the crown, and they will repeat as NFC West champions, AFC West champions. I'm saying it now. I don't need to hear everybody else.
No, I agree with you, Kenny. I agree. I think if they get to the first 8 games, even 4-4, they'll still win this division.
Yes.
We'll go through the rest of the teams and their schedules, but this really helps them. I mean, they're going to be sharpened, and then come when it's cold and mile high, they'll just run it. But let's talk about the team that is the favorite, which isn't, I guess, a surprise. It's the Chiefs.
Whoa.
They're the favorite of the division, bro. I'm just telling you.
Oh my gosh, are they still? Who made these odds?
This is
the devil.
Vegas people.
It's got to be the devil. The devil made these odds.
The refs.
The refs.
Andy Reid is back. We've got Eric Bieniemy, who is now back to OC. His wife is doing better, by the way. We know what happened earlier in the off season. Spagnuolo is back again. They had a lot of changes. They got youth a little bit. Juwan Taylor was out. They lost their cornerbacks, which is big. No Minshew, Jarius Robinson. Pacheco went to Detroit. They picked up Kenneth Walker from Seattle. We could talk about that a little bit. They had to get new corners. They got Kadir Kahu, if that's correct, from Miami. Alohi Gilman from Baltimore. Changa from New England. And Ladarius Sneed is back from Tennessee. Justin Fields gets signed as backup quarterback, which is important now. They also, first draft pick was Mansour Delane, who's the cornerback from LSU, and Peter Woods from Clemson. So they definitely upgraded defensively. I'm not sure they did enough offensively. Their schedule is ranked 5th, so it's tougher than Denver. Of course, they start against hosting Denver right away. They don't really have tough games till the second half. It kind of flips over. Week 7, they're at Seattle Sunday Night Football. Week 8 at Denver. Week 12, Thursday Night Football, actually Thanksgiving, for Buffalo. And then Thursday Night Football against the Rams in Week 13, and Monday Night Football against New England in Week 15. So, Kenny, I'll start right there. It sounds like you're disagreeing with the odds makers, which is understandable. But do you think Mahomes is supposed to probably start Week 1, which is kind of crazy? But what do you think about the Chiefs then?
The refs.
Speechless.
The referees. That's one word, referees. I think that the Chiefs are they're in a weird spot because I can't see them being the worst team in this division. I can't see them being the first either. I don't see that for them. I don't see them being even second. I see it being third again. I can see that. Reason being is I just don't think they got enough talent offensively. I don't. Rasheed Rice is
Yeah.
I don't know. Xavier Worthy, too little, too skinny. The rookie receiver they were depending on that they drafted, he just got hurt.
Yeah.
I think he's gone for the year, right? Or he might be out for a little bit.
He's out for a little bit. Cyrus Allen, he's out.
Yeah, he might just be out for a little bit. But you're dependent on a rookie to get for the Chiefs. I'm just wondering where does and they got a 5th ranked strength of schedule. Where are you getting the odds to stack them up? I get the Mahomes magic factor. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I do. And I've seen it 1,000 times. I just don't think this year is the year for that kind of magic. I think they're going to, I ain't going to lie, I can see a bloodbath in that first game against Denver. I can see it getting real ugly for them early because I don't think early on they're going to be ready.
Right.
Even though they got an easy schedule, like you said, they got an easy schedule early, but I don't think they're going to be ready early because I don't think Mahomes is ready early. I think it's going to take him 3-4 games to get warmed up. And by then, if you come out the gate, you 1-3 after 4 weeks, you're not coming back in this division. Right. That's not what's going to happen because you still got to play them. And then the second half of your schedule is a gauntlet.
Right.
I just don't see where the wins is going to be there for them to even compete for first. Unless you're telling me Mahomes has an Adrian Peterson type year off ACL injury.
Right.
Unless you're telling me he's going to have that kind of year where the ACL don't even matter. You could put a metal plate in there. It don't matter. I'm good. If you're going to tell me that, then okay. But I got to believe it to see it, man. I got the Chiefs third.
Okay. So, Zell, let me ask you this as leading into your thoughts. So Walker's on this team. They went after him, really want him. Do you think the offense changes with him? Or do you think it's still going to be mostly a Mahomes, throw it around the yard all over the place?
I mean, it opens up their run game from last year, because Kenneth Walker is known to get through those tough defensives. We've seen that in the Super Bowl. He was cutting left and right.
Sure.
But I'm with Kenny on this one. They don't have that many offensive talents. Like, if you look at the losses that they lost a whole bunch of offensive players that, gave them that Kansas City magic. And then you lost Mahomes last year, and now he's back miraculously on the field practicing because this is supposed to be an injury that's supposed to have you out to like half of the year. Yeah. But whatever he did in the offseason, he's back on that field doing what he loved to do the most. But I don't think Mahomes is enough to give them that edge to win this division. I know they have an easy schedule. But we look at this division is not the same division it was when the Chiefs was running it. This is a whole different ball game, and these teams are bolder than they were when Mahomes was threatening the league. So I don't even see them at number one. That is just crazy. That is just crazy. I don't even see them at number one. I see them at number three.
The Mahomes factor, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think they're going to win some games. I've gone through the whole schedule, but if Kenny's right and they stumble out of the gates, it's going to be tough because like week 7, 8 are tough, and then the end is much tougher than the Broncos. Like for me, it's like the Broncos are going to start off. They got to be fighting, and in the second half of the season, they can kind of coast in. So they're going to have to get well ahead if they're going to hold on. Let's talk about the Chargers. You got is it your cousin or your friend here? He's a big Chargers guy, obviously. You got Harbaugh back, but he brought in 2 different coordinators this year, and this is why I think they're the second in the line of the favorites in the division. So Harbaugh's back, but he brought in Mike McDaniel. I would consider that an offensive coordinator upgrade. Chris O'Leary, who's a defensive coordinator, he was with the staff in 24. Was Minter left for Baltimore. I'm not sure how I feel about that. He probably has the same principles, but he was coaching in like Western Michigan or something last year. They lost Owe to Washington, Ogbania to Dallas, and a couple other guys. And then we just talked about the center, Tyler Biadasz from Washington. He's injured right now. We don't know the status of when he's going to be back. Delvin Tomlinson from Arizona on D. Got a guard, Cole Strange from Miami. So they tried to upgrade that offensive line. And then they picked up Mesidor from Miami as a pass rusher. They drafted Jake Slaughter out of Florida, who's offensive guard, an offensive tackle out of Memphis, Travis Burke. So they did draft some people. They have the 9th ranked schedule according to ESPN. So they start off, it's pretty balanced, what I would say. The early they go at Buffalo week 3, at Seattle week 4, then they play Denver at home. They go at Kansas City week 6, at the Rams week 8, play Houston at home week 9, play on Monday Night Football week 10 against Baltimore, and then they kind of, I guess it doesn't let up. San Francisco, they play New England on Sunday Night Football at home on week 12, Thursday Night Football against San Francisco week 15, and then they play the Chiefs week 17 and at Denver week 18. I think the schedule is of all of them, dude. So we got some comments. Mesidor for the win. We know this guy, our guy, bless itself, loves the Chargers. But Zell, what do you think about the Chargers and what we just went through for their schedule and their pickups?
Yes.
I was gonna say something positive, but then you just told me
That schedule.
That schedule is tough. I like their confidence this offseason because I like the Mike McDaniels at OC. I really like Mike McDaniels at OC. And then you got Harbaugh, who's always enthusiastic, and they have a quarterback in Justin Herbert. And Herbert and Mike McDaniels, that is dangerous. But this schedule is way dangerous now because now I'm looking like Jesus. I like their pickups. I like what they're doing so far in the preseason. I've seen a lot of progress, but it comes down to these games because you're looking at they play Seattle, then they play Denver, and then they play Buffalo. If they can get a win, if they can get a win over Denver twice, which we know is going to be a slobber knocker, and if they beat the Chiefs twice, I think they can make a run into the playoffs. But, any given Sunday, this schedule is just makes me it just I had them at number 1, but now it's just
You don't have to make your final pick yet.
I ain't making it yet, but
let's let Kenny talk about it. What do you think, Kenny, about the Chargers?
Well, the Chargers they're a really good team. Let me give them credit. Let's start off with the good stuff first. They're a really good team, man. And I like like I said, I like, Jim Harbaugh, the toughness that he's brought to the team and the confidence, like Zell said, that is on the team. We appreciate all that, man. And I think roster-wise, they're really good. But I just know how the Chargers operate. there's going to be injuries. And I'm sorry. They're going to be at the worst times because a lot of times with the Chargers, man, they got the roster. They always have. Even if you go back to the Phillip River days with LT and all them, they always had the roster. The roster is not the problem. It's the health. I don't know if it's a black cat walking around the organization, but there's something going on there. And then the fact that the center got hurt today, I know my cousin saying it's just a sprain, he'll be fine. I hear you. I just don't like what that gives off. It feels like last year. Then you get to the playoffs and you can't block me. I could have sacked Justin Herbert on that game because they couldn't block a soul out there. So, and then you look at their schedule. It's a tough schedule. How is it only ranked 9th? That's my question. How is it only ranked 9th? These are some tough games, man. They really are. I mean, you got to play Rams and Houston back-to-back weeks. You think you're going to come out of there unscathed?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you finna have even if you make it, let's just say they somehow pull it off and win those games. You finna be in pain, hurt. Them are 2 elite defenses that you're going against back-to-back weeks. That's going to matter. But at Buffalo is not going to be an easy game at all.
Right.
Against Denver at home, they always play Denver pretty well. I'll give them credit for that. They always play Denver pretty well. So I'll give them credit for that. The Chiefs, I think they can sweep the Chiefs this year. So I think within the division is not going to be their problem, though. It's the other games you're going to have to win. I think is going to be their issue. And I think in the end, the division record won't matter because I think the Denver is just going to have too many wins.
Right.
I think Denver is going to rack up those wins in that middle stretch. Of course, of course, I agree with Blessed when he says they have to play us too. Of course, they're going to have to play you guys. You are a tough team. That's why I'm giving you credit for some of these games you're going to win. I just don't believe you win all of them. Yeah, and I do think in that middle range, you're going to have to win a couple of those games. At least split them.
Yeah, I think that this is my take on the Chargers. I always say that Charger going to Charger. They may win this division, and I will definitely not bet on them to win the division, especially at the second odds. But they got a shot to win the division. But Justin Herbert, is he the man? I don't think he's the man. I'm sorry to say. Guy has had 3 terrible playoff performances. So they might win the division, but they remind me how many playoff wins this dude's had. He's got different coaches. He's got different guys. So now he's married or something. Maybe he's got his stuff together. I don't think so. So even if they win a division, I don't really care. They're quick out. They're not tough enough to beat a Houston or the Rams. I think Denver, maybe you're right. Maybe they're tough enough to take them on once. But when push comes to shove, I don't know if he's
playoffs. I think it'll be different. Yeah, I agree. I think in the playoffs it'll be different if they play Denver there. Just because I believe in Bo Nix in the playoffs. He's shown it. He showed it. And Denver as a team has showed it. So we can say this is a team sport, but we know it comes down to the quarterback play. We can say it's a team sport. I agree, it is a team sport, but it comes down to the quarterbacks in the end. Mahomes went and won that Super Bowl against San Francisco. We can talk about the team, but Mahomes went and got that game. So I get it's that because what we like to do is hype the quarterbacks up to here when they win, but when they lose, it's a team game now. Oh, it's the team. Yeah. No, you're going to get just as much blame as you get when you get the wins.
Well, my thing about the comment about, yes, the Rams do share it, but make no mistake, that's a Rams town over a Chargers.
Yeah, the Rams is going to kill them. Yeah, please.
Look, hey, we'll see. We'll let them play it out. McDaniel could make a huge difference on that offense, and maybe that's the difference. We'll see more running. I think Omari and Hampton should have a good year. Let's talk about the last team. I don't think any of us think they'll be on top of the division, but the Raiders flipped the script. They got a new coach, Clint Kubiak from Seattle, who brings his OC, Andrew Janocko from Seattle. Rob Leonard stays on. He was already in Vegas, but he got elevated as DC. They lost Devin White. Jamal Adams got hurt. Kenny Pickett's out of there. Terrell Edmonds. They picked up Kirk Cousins as a free agent quarterback. They got center Tyler Linderbaum, who's pretty dang good. Quay Walker from Green Bay. Kwity Paye from Indy. Picked up Jalen wide receiver from Minnesota, and Jacoby Dean, linebacker from Philly. So they definitely upgraded there. Fernando Mendoza, the first pick in the draft from Indiana as quarterback. He'll eventually see the field. Traden Stukes from Arizona, who's a cornerback, and outside linebacker Kenyon Crawford in the third round. So their strength schedule is 7th, according to this. We know that they're going to be underdogs in a lot of games. We'll have to go through their full schedule. But what are we looking, Kenny, out of this team this year? Are we trying to see if this team can be just better, like competitive in every game, and they still lose, 12 games? Or do you think this team could win 7 games this year?
You know what? I'm a believer. I believe in what the Raiders is building. And you lucky I ain't bold enough to put them at 3rd. Because I want to. But I won't do it. I will not do that. But I think this is an improving team. I think this team has, like I told everybody, how you build your offensive line. What did they go do? They went to go get an all-pro from Baltimore.
They did.
Brought Linderbaum here. You start at the center and you build out. That's what they did. And then you bring in a play caller who has a quarterback-friendly system. You bring in a Kirk Cousins where Mendoza can learn how to be a professional. Because one thing about Kurt is a professional. I don't care about the fight with Max Crosby. That was just a circumstance. He had to stand on business with Max Crosby. But Kirk Cousins is a consummate professional. He's like regardless of his limitations, he's always ready to play. It's not like he's not ready to play. He just sometimes don't have the capabilities, But I believe in what Clint Kubiak and these guys are building. I do think they'll win about 6 or 7 games this year. I do think they might upset and shock some people and may win a couple games in this division that they're not supposed to win.
Right.
They could mess around and swing and land. Then Denver only beat them like 3-0 or something crazy like that last year.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It was a low-scoring game. The Raiders were in that. I think what's going to end up happening is those games, they might win those games this year and get just to the 6-7 win mark. Mendoza could be playing by week 8, though. Still, I think because I just think Kirk Cousins' body may not hold up.
He's not in there for the whole season. I mean, Zell, what do you think about the Raiders? You agree with Kenny, or do you think that they're still going to be struggling this year with the new system and all the new players?
They're still going to struggle this year because what I saw in that preseason game made me have a little bit of doubts. But I know it's Mendoza's first game and he scored his first touchdown. Yay, hooray, all that good stuff. But you still looking at the defense and what they allowed the Cardinals to do. It's preseason. I know it's preseason. Don't get me wrong, but they defense allowed Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew to score touchdowns. And they're supposed to be the backup to your starters? Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, no. I mean, they did good offensively. Defensively, they're trying to work it out, but this is a team that I believe can do good next year instead of this year. Because if they get Mendoza ready, like how he's supposed to be, Kirk Cousins will take a seat on the bench. He did that last year in Atlanta. He's pretty good at doing that, stealing money. But we know this is just a tryout session, for Kirk Cousins because he did all he can. Mendoza's supposed to take over the reins, but he's not ready yet. So I agree with Kenny on it. By the middle of the week, Mendoza will take over. And then I think we'll see a different Raiders team with him leading it. But they're going to play it safe this year. So better safe than sorry.
Yeah, I just want to see them have an identity, obviously they don't have to be the old Raiders teams that either were really tough in the 70s or threw the ball deep every time in the 80s and 90s. But I want to see an identity for this team. If Ashton Genty's your guy, run the damn ball. If you want to throw the ball to Bowers every time, do something. The defense has been okay. And I think it'll continue to be okay, maybe a little better, but show something. I think Kubiak can probably get the running game going, but it's still a tough division. So I don't think they can get it. So just to review, I think, I'll let you think about it some more. Kenny, go through your order again.
Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders.
You almost wanted to flip it, didn't you?
I want to so bad. I want to so bad, but I'm not bold enough to do it. I'll put the Raiders in the basement.
All right. Zell, what do you think?
Broncos. That's good. Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders. And I'm only basing the Chiefs taking second because of the Chargers schedule. I don't think the Chargers can pull it off in second place. I don't think they can pull it off in second place. Because I'm going with Wags. Justin Herbert in the playoffs doesn't show up.
Right. Hey, they might get 3 teams in. I agree. I'm going Zell's over 2. I like Denver first, Chargers second, and Chargers third. I think the Chiefs. I don't know. I guess I'm getting suckered in by the whole thing, but the Chiefs, till you get that man knocked out again, I mean, he'll still win some games, too many games that he should have. And then the Chargers, they'll probably be right there. I think it's going to be real competitive. So I think they're all going to make the playoffs this year. And then you got the Raiders in the basement there. You rely on guesses for the Chiefs. I love it. All right, so let's talk about the NFC West. This is loaded. This is loaded. A lot of people, including myself, think the 2 best teams are in this division. Start with the Rams. They are the favorite right now to win the Super Bowl. They is back. They got a new OC, Nat. I don't know, Shieldhouse, I think how you say it. He was the passing game coordinator. Chris Shula's back as the defensive coordinator. The big trade, they got rid of Jared Verse. They picked up Myles Garrett. That was the huge one. They lost. They got rid of their corners, basically, and they upgraded with Trent McDuffie and Jalen Watson from Kansas City. Lost a couple other guys, probably not to mention. And then they picked up Ty Simpson in the first round. Probably the only thing they did poorly in the offseason. Offensive guard is offensive tackle, Keegan Trost, 3rd rounder. But it seems like they're moving all their chips into the middle of the table to try to win this year in Stafford's potential last year. Their schedule is 13th toughest, although when you run through it, not that easy. First week in Australia, which they play against San Francisco. 3rd week, Sunday Night Football at Denver. 4th week at Philly. 5th week against Monday Night Football against Buffalo. That's at home. Week 12, Wednesday Night Football, because that's the Thanksgiving week. They play on Wednesday against Green Bay. Yes, there's a Wednesday game this year. And then the week 13 against the Chiefs on Thursday Night Football. And then 14th, they play at San Francisco. And then 16th at Seattle on Christmas Day. And then they play Seattle again on week 18. So it's backloaded with Seattle. So I'm going to let Kenny go first because we'll let you lead on the Seattle, Zell. But we've talked about the Rams a little bit. But what do you think about this Rams team? Do you think they should be the favorite? And what do you think of the schedule?
Murder in the first degree. They are going to – it's going to be scary. And let's mention this. We have to keep on mentioning this until it's not mentionable. Aaron Donald just keep working out for these guys. He is lurking in the background.
He's there. He's around.
He is lurking. So what lets me know is he's trying to rev up, get himself revved up and ready to go. It's time. And I promise you before week 1, Aaron Donald has signed with the Rams. Him and Myles Garrett on the same side of the field, on the same side of the line. Go ahead and pick one. You pick. Because they're getting to your quarterback regardless. Even Aaron Donald sitting down for that time, he still can get to your quarterback. Sorry. It's going to be a very interesting year. Mm-hmm. But I think the Rams is clear favorites in this division. I think that the Rams are going to win this division. May not be by a mile like Bless said, but I don't think those Seattle games will matter. That's how much I think they're probably going to be up in the division. I'm sorry, Zell. I apologize. You still a homie, but I got to keep it real. The Rams, they're scary.
They're great. Yeah, they're great.
They're scary.
So, Zell, talk them off. Well, tell them. Well, you don't have to talk about Seattle yet. We're going to talk about Seattle in a minute. But what do you think about this Rams team? Do you agree with Kenny that you think you're just Seattle's second banana, or you think the Rams are just so much better than everybody else, and it's a done deal?
Objection. Objection. You done gone too far. You done gone too far, Kenny. Look, I love you too, brother. I love you too. But hey, the only thing that's got my chills going is when I hear AD's name. And if AD ain't signed the name on the dotted paper saying he's returning, I'm not worried. You can have Mr. Myles Garrett on your team. This team, I was scared of this team last year. I was. Because every game I watch against the Rams, my blood pressure goes up. My blood pressure goes up. Even the overtime game, which we won, got my blood pressure going up. The NFC Championship, the cornerback, who we don't have no more, got my blood pressure up. So it's, I love the Rams and what they're doing. But this is their last stand because they know they have to win this year. They have to win everything. This team is stacked. This team is very much stacked. And they have a good coach in McVay. They have a running back, Williams. They have 2 wide receivers. Puka's not even on the list yet, so I'm not
He'll
even.
Probably be suspended too, though, at some point. But yeah,
they got Devontae Adams who's lifting hella weights, and he's ready. He's ready. He wants to win so bad. This is the perfect situation for those players to be in. But I like this schedule for them because it's a challenge for them. They have to realize they have to protect their quarterback because if Matthew Stafford gets hurt, Lord knows it's over, and y'all going to Mr. Ty Simpson, which I'm still laughing at because why?
I heard a couple things on that. First, I heard McVay was livid that they did that. They were supposed to pick like Mekhi Lemon or some other wide receiver, but they I heard like the GM knows the Simpson family or some BS. But the biggest risk the Rams run is injury, right? You've got Stafford, who, he's been healthy last couple of years, but last year coming in, they thought he had a back injury, and I don't believe Ty Simpson can lead this team to the Super Bowl. And then, Garrett's awesome. He's a freak of nature, but he ain't young. Aaron Donald's been out. They got, the wide receiver, Adams, is not young. I know he's been working out, but they get some injuries at the same team. They were just this close. Like them in Seattle with this and this. They got a little better with Myles, but you get some injuries, they're back below, in my view. So I hear you. I think they're great. I just think we'll talk about Seattle now because it's important that we, with this division, and I think it's also for the Super Bowl and the playoffs. So
I just don't want to forget to mention that they got Trent McDuffie too.
Yeah,
because that's the all-pro corner. We gotta mention that too. Like, they gotta shut down
you just go
corner over there too. Because like we mentioned it, Myles is great, like you said, but they got an all-pro corner back there now.
Yeah, they got both Kansas City corners. They're way better than the guys last year.
It's gonna be crazy.
All right, so Seattle, they obviously McDonald returns, but they elevate. Oh no, they got Brian Fleury as OC from San Francisco. He in that whole, Kubiak, whatever Shanahan tree. Aiden Dirt is the same. He's defensive coordinator. They lost Kenneth Walker. They lost Reek Woolen. They lost Kobe Bryant. We know he's hurt. They lost Boye Mafe to Cincinnati. They did pick up Dante Fowler for pass rush, Rodney Thomas, Indy safety, and cornerback Noah Igbinoghene. That's right, Washington. So they drafted Jadarian Price at running back, safety Bud Clark from TCU, cornerback Julian Neal from Arkansas, and offensive guard Bo Stevens. So their schedule is ranked 14th, which, shows that it's a little bit easier than the Rams. But I want to lay this out for you. Week 1, of course, they host New England. They should probably win that game. Week 6, they play Thursday Night Football at Denver. And then Sunday Night Football on Week 7 against Kansas City. They play the Bears Monday Night Football on Week 8. They play the first 9 games. They play 6 of 9 at home. And their only road team that was tough is that Denver one. So they kind of got a cakewalk start to the schedule. It gets tougher then. Week 12 at San Francisco, week 15 at Philly. They play the Rams on Christmas, and then they play the Rams again. I think their schedule is a lot easier than the Rams. So that's why I think they're going to be neck and neck with the Rams again this year, personally. They did lose some guys on D, but I think McDonald's a savant. So Zoe, what do you think? Do you think that they can still win this division?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Because this team, yeah, we may have lost Walker, but that's the only thing they're talking about. Walker. We lost our running back. We have known to lose running backs. I mean, we lost Zach in the playoffs last year, and they thought, we was going to lose to the Rams. Prove them wrong. Thought we was going to lose in the Super Bowl. Prove them wrong. At the end of the day, this team has veteran experience. They still have veterans. They have little rookies on their team. But I like what they did in the offseason. I like what they did in the draft. Because not only did we get a nice running back in Jadarian Price, but Cabernet's returning. And I think this team can win their division. Their schedule's not as tough as the Rams. But these games against, you said 6 of 8 or 9?
6 of their first 9 are at home.
That home field advantage is something different because you cannot hear anything when you go to Seattle. They make it known for the visiting teams to not hear anything because that place is so loud that visiting teams do not want to visit that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they will win first division in this because the veteran experience and the pickups that they got. And McDonald's not too scared about the Rams. So, and we're not too scared about the 49ers and the Cardinals neither. So,
well,
Kenny,
listen, man, I agree with some of your points, but in the words of Lee Corso, not too fast. Wait a minute. I just don't like y'all losing some of the pieces that y'all lost last year. Like Tariq Woolen was a pretty good corner. Like I said, was a pretty good corner for y'all last year. He was a pretty good corner for y'all last year. At times, okay? He had some moments, man. We're gonna give it to him. He had some moments where he was pretty good for y'all. The Kenneth Walker thing, I think, it's something. I think I like Charbonnet though. I like Charbonnet over Kenneth Walker, like towards like last year and everything. You could tell they were trying to switch from Kenneth Walker to Charbonnet as the season went on. But I like to me like Kobe Bryant. I think that was like a big piece for y'all too last year. I liked him in y'all secondary. I do like that y'all did get y'all other corner re-signed and everything like that. That's huge right there. Y'all do got the reigning offensive player of the year on your team, and you got Samuel L. Darnold. So you do got a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only one that calls him that too. If you ever hear somebody say Samuel L. Darnold, they stole it from me. I should trademark it.
Yeah, you should.
But I think y'all are going to be 2. I do. I just think y'all going to be 2. I don't know, man. I think at the end of the day, I think what's going to end up happening is the hangover. I think a Super Bowl hangover. It's just natural to happen. I don't think y'all going back to back to the Super Bowl. So I think a hangover is going to happen. I do. I think a Super Bowl hangover happens, and I think the Rams just step on y'all necks and don't let up. I do. I can see it. I can see it.
That's fair. I do think Seattle will come out of the gates and be leading for a while because their schedule's pretty easy, and then the Rams can come back. So, but it's nice they play those 2 times at the end of the year. Makes a
both teams be revved up and ready to go.
Let's talk about the other 2 teams in the division. There are 2 other teams here. We've got 49ers. Kyle Shanahan is back, even though he's had that car accident. Clay Kubiak is back, the offensive coordinator who runs Shanahan's offense. Raheem Morris comes over to replace Saleh, who was the Atlanta head coach, probably better as a coordinator. They lost Jennings. They lost Kendrick Bourne. They lost Spencer Buford and Brian Robinson, Cleveland Farrell. And then they picked up Mike Evans, who's icing his ankle right now, Deebo Samuel, Christian Kirk, new wide receiver core, They got Oza Idanuzua, trade from Dallas. Greenlaw came back home. They got center Brett Toth from Philly. And then they picked up the rookie wide receiver Dejon Stribling, who actually is lighting up camp. I think he's going to be a good addition from Ole Miss. They got a defensive end, Romello Height, and defensive tackle Grayson Halton from Oklahoma. So their schedule is 18th. They start off against the Rams in Australia. They play Denver week 4 at home, Seattle at Seattle week 5. Then they have kind of a break in the middle. And then they play Seattle again week 12 at home. Week 15, I didn't put it. I missed that for some reason. Week 14, they play the Rams. Screwed that up. And then week 16, they play at Kansas City. And then Sunday Night Football against Philly. So they kind of finish up, a little stronger than they started, I suppose. So their schedule is a little easier from what I can see. Kenny, what's your thoughts on the 49ers this year?
What's left of them? They're just not healthy. I mean, eventually the magic runs out. Eventually you can't keep on winning with fourth stringers and third stringers and next guy up. You can't keep winning that way. Right. And eventually I think Kyle Shanahan gets fired. I'm predicting it. I know it's going to be a shocker for everybody else, but I can see if they are drafting top 10, I think they fire him. I think you bring in a new guy. I think you start something new. There's no reason to keep running it back when you're getting further away from the goal. The goal is to win championships. When you brought Kyle Shanahan in after he blew a Super Bowl, I want to mention that. I was very mad about that.
Atlanta
spent a lot of money, unnecessary money that night because he lost that Super Bowl. But we'll go back to the 49ers. When you brought him in to win a championship. That's what you brought him in for. You're this close. You got to the championship a few times. And in the clutch, you could not get it done. Mm-hmm. That is the issue. It's the game-winning plays. That's the problem for Kyle Shanahan. It's to win the game. It seems like there's always a hiccup. Mm-hmm. And then you're looking back, and then all of a sudden on first take, they're saying, is it the quarterback's fault or the coach's fault? Mm-hmm. Why are we doing this with you every year? We're getting further from the goal, which is to win the championship. So to me, they're third. They lucky the Cardinals ain't got nobody because I would put them in the basement. But they're a low third.
Okay. So you think they'll miss the playoffs then?
Oh yeah, no, ain't no playoffs for them. No. They'll be bringing the popcorn to the party when we throw our Super Bowl party.
I also forgot to mention that Jimmy Pearsall's out, and then Christian McCaffrey has tightness in his leg again. So what do you think about the 49ers?
I don't think about them. I don't think about it because they talked a whole bunch of stuff last year. I had some 49er fans in my ear last year, and I said, "Oh, look where y'all at now." So we blew y'all out. We blew y'all out. It don't make no sense. Why? Mm-hmm. I don't understand this team's bad luck. You got a good coach in Shanahan. I'm still pissed off about that Atlanta situation because I wanted Julio Jones and Ryan to win the ring that year, and it just went from good to bad. And then he goes to the 49ers, and he leads them to the Super Bowl, I think, twice. And you still don't get the job done. Why are you not fired? And then we're looking at this roster. Yeah, you upgraded your offense, but they're old. Like you were saying, Wex, like with the Rams situation, you got a good offense, but they're getting old. Mike Evans, he's dealing with hamstring problem. He's getting old. Deebo Samuel, I'm not even surprised that you went back to the 49ers. You knew the Commanders was not getting you nothing. And then Christian Kirk, you okay. I think you should have stayed in Houston. But
I think he's hurt too.
Oh my God. Like, is there anybody healthy? Like even George Kittle, like you're not the same.
He's not even there.
He's supposed to play week 1, but yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's like they're living in the shadow of their old self. Like you think you're going somewhere, but you're not. They're third in my opinion because the Cardinals just lost everything. So I'm not even.
Yeah,
they're third because they're not even like. I feel like they're going in the right direction, but you got old players, and I think Brock Purdy's a decent quarterback, but he's not there.
right.
He's not there. And Christian McCaffrey, he's a good running back. He can do everything. Will y'all please stop tossing him the ball? I know
Please.
he basically he was wide receiver number 1 last year too.
Yeah,
So
much.
it's just like I
It'll be
understand
this
you
year.
got him help. You probably is because now it's just looking like the 49ers are the old retirement home.
Well, it's true. When you get Unc Debo back, he's got the gut and all that. But no, I think they just missed their window, right? They had their 4 years, 5 years that they were at the top of the game, and they should have probably beat the Chiefs the second time, and they didn't do it. And there you go. Be a different story if they won the title there. So I agree. They're third. Let's talk about the Cardinals, last team. Mike LaFleur steps in, former OC from the Rams. He brings Nathaniel Hackett. Don't even get me started on that dude as his offensive coordinator. Nick Rollis, defensive coordinator, stayed. They lost Kyler Murray. They lost Akeem Davis-Gaither to Indy. Calais Campbell went to Baltimore. Defensive end Dalvin Tomlinson to the Chargers. Michael Carter as well. Kendrick Bourne comes over from the 49ers. They got Isaac Samalo from Pittsburgh, defensive tackle Roy Lopez from Detroit. And then the draft, Jeremiah Love, running back, we mentioned him earlier from Notre Dame. Basantis is out for the year from A&M, their second-round guy. And wide receiver, fifth round, Reggie Virgils. They didn't have a lot of picks there, I guess. Their schedule, unfortunately, is the third hardest.
Whoa.
We can go through it, everyone. They're basically playing everybody. So they play the AFC West. They play the NFC West. They play, against Philly this year. I don't know how this all worked out for them. But
They hate
not the AFC West. I'm sorry. They play KC as their crossover game, I guess, over there. So, yeah, it's going to be a rough year for these guys. I'm not sure what to say. Zell, I know you don't think about the Cardinals much, but do you think they hired the right guy on LaFleur? Let's start with that. Right coach, wrong time. Yeah,
right coach, wrong time because your schedule is terrible, and you're not gonna win most of these games.
Yeah.
Look, I like the Cardinals. I like what they stand for. They stand for at the bottom of the food chain every year. Every year, it doesn't get it. Y'all best years were when Mr. What's his name? Kurt Warner, Carson Palmer. They led y'all to the playoffs.
Yep.
I don't think they've been in the playoffs for a good little while. And y'all wasted Larry Fitzgerald last year. So I'm kind of still mad about that.
Mm-hmm.
This team, they can be good, but they're not good. Their draft picks getting injured. I like the Jeremiah Love pick, but come on, man. Your offensive guard tore his MCL. What are they doing in training camp? Because there's not supposed to be no physical contact.
MCL is crazy.
MCL.
Was that during the playoff or the game?
I think that was during the preseason.
Yeah. Because
I think they were practicing.
With another team.
Yeah, and the player leaned it on his. Yeah, I'm like, what? It's no contact. What is going on? So this team is fourth. They're always going to be fourth because they have. You tell me you're going to win with a Jacoby Brissett and a Gardner Minshew? Come on now, come on. That doesn't even sell tickets. That doesn't even sell tickets on a Sunday. Right. And for them to just have this team, you have a lot of offensive weapons, but your defense is still trash. So
they kept the defensive coordinator, shockingly. Kenny, what do you think of this team? Are they just going to be the tank team or the team that everybody's going to put up 40 points on or what?
0-17, Lowton. I'll just be prepared. I don't see a win on the schedule. I don't see a win on the schedule. They're a basement team. They'll be in the Jeremiah Smith sweepstakes next year, probably really high, or the Archie Manning
I think it'll be a quarterback, yeah.
So we're going to see. I think they're preparing for the draft as we speak now. They're getting, their scouts are already. They're on planes. getting ready to go to Texas, Ohio State. They just need to prepare for that because football is something that's going to be a very tough place for them for a while. Yeah. So
I think they're in the Arch Manning or whoever the best quarterback.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be in that. They'll have to be in that sweepstakes. That's not it.
It's kind of like the Josh Rose and Kyler Murray situation.
Right.
Oh my God.
That's right. So let's see, Kenny. I'm pretty sure I got you here. You got Rams, Seahawks, 49ers, Cardinals, right?
Yeah, Rams, Seahawks, 49. Yep.
So Zell, are you putting the Seahawks ahead of the Rams in the regular
still
season?
putting the Seahawks above the Rams. I do not care what I don't care. I'm never putting the Rams above my Seahawks.
Man, I love the fan.
I'm never putting the Rams above my Seahawks. I love what they stand for. Don't get me wrong. I love what they stand for, but I'm not doing it. My pride won't let me. No.
Okay. Yeah, in my first take, I think I had them tied for best record in the division, but for now, I'll put the Rams on top. Sorry, Zell, but I do think Seattle is going to be right there, and I think they still can win the Super Bowl this year. So we'll see. But I have 49ers third in Arizona. So not too tough on that one. So good. Hey, we got through the divisions, guys. It took a little bit extra. Not all episodes will be an hour and 20 minutes.
Correct.
But hey, it was good. We did it. Good exercise. I know we're going to try to track some of these results. I got to write them down so we can keep track and have a little whatever. We're not going to ever. Maybe we'll meet up sometime in bed or something like that. And next week we can kind of just business as usual, just kind of what's going on, what we're thinking, maybe we'll figure out some ideas. So pretty excited. Follow us, make sure you check us out, Casanova Vibes on YouTube and then on X, and then follow us individually, me at Wegspool on X, Instagram, or Facebook. Zell, where can we find you again?
Find me at Denzel Smith on Facebook and on Instagram, Windy City Kid.
Kenny?
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook at Kenny Casanova. Find me on YouTube at Casanova Vibes, and you can find me on Twitter at Kenny Casanova 8.
Number 8.
There you go.
All right, guys. Well, we'll check it out next week. Get ready for our normal schedule.
That's right. All right, y'all.
Peace.
This is the 3-Man Podcast, a football podcast where we discuss football, and more football. We got 3 of the very best bringing it to you. Got my man Wegs, man Zell, and your boy Cash on the action. Y'all tune in. You have your popcorn, because here comes the 3-Man fun. Make sure your offensive lineman is ready. What's being brought to you.